Hello everyone, I'm Meteorologist Charlie Ironmonger. Thank you so much for joining me today for your 4 p.m. news and weather update from the First Alert Desk. Now we've got news out of Beaufort County Community College where students are getting some experience with prosthetics, specifically a cool prosthetic tool. Now, Beaufort County Community College says mechanical engineering technology students have completed an impressive fall semester project to design and produce a tool for prosthetic users to tighten a common lower limb socket. The Met students worked under the guidance of engineering instructor Matt Holliday and prosthesist Shane Coltrane of Orthotics and Prosthetics East. According to a news release, this tool designed by the students will allow those with arthritis or limited hand strength to tighten the socket system that was difficult for them otherwise. Now, Met student Landon Davenport's design was chosen as the most optimal design and led to its refinement. Now, the students presented their project to Coltrane and gave him a supply of 42 tools for his patients to use. Holliday said, quote, "This was a major accomplishment for my students," end quote. Big congratulations to all students and instructors who were involved. Now, in national news, we want to turn our attention to a case involving former FBI director James Comey. Now, a federal judge blasted the prosecution in the case against Comey. In making that order, Magistrate Judge William Fitzpatrick wrote that the Justice Department engaged in a, quote, disturbing pattern of profound investigative missteps, end quote, when it secured an indictment against the former FBI director. Those problems, he wrote, include, quote, fundamental missteps of the law, end quote, by a prosecutor to the grand jury that indicted Comey in September, the use of potentially privileged communications in the investigation, and unexplained irregularities in the transcript of the grand jury proceedings. Fitzpatrick also wrote that, quote, the court recognizes that the relief sought by the defense is rarely granted, end quote, but he added, quote, however, the record points to a disturbing pattern of profound investigative missteps that led an FBI agent and a prosecutor to potentially undermine the integrity of the grand jury proceeding, end quote. Now, the 24-page opinion is the most blistering assessment yet by a judge of the criminal case against Comey that is already subject to multiple other challenges, including motions seeking its dismissal on the grounds that the interim U.S. attorney who filed the charges, Lindsay Halligan, was illegally appointed and that the prosecution itself constitutes a vindictive prosecution. Comey's lawyers had sought the grand jury materials out of concerns that irregularities in the process may have tainted the case. The sole prosecutor, who defense lawyers say presented the case to the grand jury, was Halligan, a former White House aide with no prior prosecutorial experience who was appointed to the job just days earlier. Now, Halligan was a former personal lawyer to President Donald Trump and has no prior prosecutorial experience. And now for a look at your weather forecast. Things are clear and sunny today. The problem is that things are clear and sunny. We need some raindrops here in eastern North Carolina, and we're not going to get them with clear and sunny skies. It's amazing. It's great. It's nice to be out in it, but we are in need of some drops. The drought across eastern North Carolina is only getting worse, and it's more than just farmers who are feeling the pinch. It's, again, affecting more and more of eastern North Carolina in that our fire danger was high today because of the drought, because of the dry air, and because of the winds. Right now, we are still watching a severe drought across portions of Greene, Pitt, Wilson, Nash, Edgecombe, and Halifax counties. I anticipate that severe drought to actually expand to include more of those areas as we get the next drought monitor out coming up on Thursday. Now, current air temperatures right now reading in the upper 50s to low 60s. Winds have relaxed quite a bit since earlier this morning when we were faced with more of a 10 to 15 mile an hour sustained wind across the east. Right now, it's more of a 5 to 10 mile per hour breeze. Yeah, we've got a 15 mile per hour sustained wind in Elizabeth City, 12 in Jacksonville. But compared to what we were looking at earlier today, winds have certainly relaxed, and they'll do so even more tonight, eventually swinging to the northeast early tomorrow morning and then to the south-southwest later tomorrow evening. And that is going to bring in a little bit more of that humidity that we kind of missed out on today. I don't think we'll actually notice a change in the humidity from today into tomorrow. Normally you can really only feel that humidity change once we go from the 50s to the 60s or into the 70s as far as your dew points go. Right now we've got dew points in the teens, and it's a big drop from where we were yesterday. Most areas are showing around a 15 to nearly a 35-degree drop in dew points over the past 24 hours. That is putting most of us between around 15 to a 35-degree dew point. It is dry out there, very dry. Moisturizing lotion for your hands could certainly go a long way and helping with that dry feeling. Now later on tonight, skies remaining clear and winds going calm will help encourage air temperatures to fall all the way down into the mid-30s. Some areas closer to I-95 could end up around freezing early tomorrow morning. So again, if you are watching closer to I-95 and usually end up with some cooler mornings, well, you could be faced with one coming up for tomorrow. Not to worry, we will warm up quickly, getting back into the mid-60s by the afternoon. Lunchtime, right around 58 degrees, mostly sunny skies. Will feel nice outside, but again, we are in need of the raindrops. Those drops won't reach us until we get into Tuesday night at the earliest. Some areas will miss out on these raindrops, but I think most of us at least have a chance of them rolling on by. There you can see that cold front drifting its way south across eastern North Carolina as we wake up early Wednesday morning. So let's stretch out over your full 8-day forecast and see what's on the way. Again, Tuesday night into Wednesday, slight chance of, again, a few raindrops coming down. Not a lot. Not a lot. We're not looking again at any sort of a washout anytime soon, but we will have a higher chance, or a better chance, of rain showers coming up late Friday evening into Saturday morning. That will again give us hopefully a wider spread round of rain than what we will see coming up Tuesday and Wednesday. We'll see how it all comes together, but again, right now, Friday and Saturday looking a little bit more wet than what we'll experience tomorrow night into Wednesday morning. After that Saturday system clears the coast, we are back to dry and sunny weather. Air temperatures will return to the mid to upper 60s for your Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday of next week, while Friday and Saturday again sitting in the mid to low 70s. That's all we have time for today's 4 p.m. news and weather update from the First Alert Desk. I want to thank you all so much for joining me today. We'll be back coming up tomorrow morning starting at 7:10 a.m. with Jim and Gigi. Until then, have a fantastic rest of your Monday. We'll see you back here tomorrow.